So I'm looking up this Al Snow Sabu match that we were just talking about, and I've kind of done a mini deep dive here, and you can buy that entire card on DVD. I don't want to give out the website because no free ads, but it's a very well-known website among the independent wrestling fan community. So.
Is that where I still get my gear at too?
Yeah, didn't we just mention them?
No, we didn't mention them. This one, it's a person's initials, and the person I think is in jail or was about to go to jail.
I know who you're talking about. He's not in jail, but he's a controversial figure in the wrestling community, and we'll leave it at that. We'll have to talk about him on another episode. So
is he a European champion?
Was he the greatest European champion?
I was gonna say some of the stuff that he got in trouble for might be legal in Europe.
Type his name in the chat.
Yeah. I got you. Hang on.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see. So the European Championship, there were, let's see, how many champions here? The European Championship is a former professional wrestling title competed for in World Wrestling Entertainment. The title was created on February 26, 1997. So happy belated anniversary to the European Championship. The first champion was the British Bulldog, who defeated Owen Hart in a tournament final. The title was briefly retired in April of 1999 by then champion Shane McMahon, who wanted to retire as an undefeated champion. McMahon reintroduced the championship 2 months later and gave it to Midian, who saw the title in Shane's travel bag and asked if he could have it.
Yes.
The title was finally retired on July 22nd, 2002, when then WWE Intercontinental Champion Rob Van Dam defeated European Champion Jeff Hardy to unify the belts. There have been a total of 27 recognized champions who have had a combined 37 official reigns. I can't believe that the European title survived from WWF to WWE.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Just barely.
Yeah. May 2002 to July 2002, it was the WWE European Championship. That's kind of wild. So let's run down the list of champions. Let's see here.
I mean, I think Bulldog is kind of the one that I while I wouldn't say immediately comes to mind, but if you had to put him up there, like if you're like, oh, can you name the top five? Your top five European people probably be like British Bulldog.
Yeah, I would be like British Bulldog.
He should be number one in kayfabe.
Yeah, he has the most reigns, right? Or the longest reign.
Yeah, most reigns is
Regal?
William Regal and D'Lo Brown are tied. Oh, you gotta put D'Lo in there, like top five.
Yeah.
But the list of champions are British Bulldog, William Regal, Triple H, D'Lo Brown, Eddie Guerrero, X-Pac, Matt Hardy, Christian, Shawn Michaels, Test, Val Venus, The Hurricane, Owen Hart, Kurt Angle, DDP, Al Snow, Shane McMahon, Perry Saturn, Midian, Mark Henry, Spike Dudley, Jeff Hardy, Bradshaw, Crash Holly, Jeff Jarrett, Chris Jericho, and Rob Van Dam.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, immediately when we started talking about it, the first two that really popped in my head were Al Snow and D'Lo Brown. Those were the ones that, for whatever reason, memory just sticks because I think, Al Snow's entrances were hilarious. But like for whatever reason, I feel like they just kind of, I have more memories of them with the belt than I do with anyone else. I mean, I remember the Midian thing and obviously the Bulldog being the initial champion, but that's about it on my run of things from memory.
It was never presented as like a real serious title, was it? Maybe when Bulldog had it. Maybe a couple other guys.
Yeah.
So at first it was meant. Yeah.
I'm trying to find more history on it.
Say that again, Leo.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So at first it was meant to only be defended in Europe. That was like the whole concept of it, and then towards the end of '97, they were just like, screw it. This is going to be too hard. Let's just make it a third tier championship, which is like totally something that I would do if I was running a promotion. So I get it. But yeah, I think at first it was supposed to be like taken pretty seriously. Like, we, you know, when we come to Europe and we're going to tour Europe, this championship's going to be defended. And, you know, the fact that Bulldog won it, he was huge over there, was a big deal.
See, that concept sounds sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
WWE, WWF, they've had a history of having championships that get introduced that are kind of region specific, and then they end up having to abandon them. Or, you know, like there's the WWF North American Championship, which is Ted DiBiase had it. Then he lost to Pat Patterson, and then they just decided to make another title called the Intercontinental title, where they said that the North American champion and the South American champion met in like a tournament final or some shit in Brazil, but they just gave Pat Patterson a new title, which is weird in some ways because Ted DiBiase is kind of sort of technically the first Intercontinental champion. But yeah, I don't know. I think Dino Bravo had a Canadian championship. I think he was the WWF Canadian heavyweight champion. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, WWE had a weird history of doing that.
Yeah, did they do something with tag titles as well? Like they tried doing a secondary tag titles back in the day?
So yeah, he was the WWF Canadian champion, and then they had the WWF or WWF United States Tag Team Championships.
That's I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a list here of the wow, they have a lot of wacky championships that no longer exist. The WWF International Heavyweight Championship, which started in 1959 and then ended in 1984. Akira Maeda was the final international heavyweight champion.
Wow.
They had
some trivia.
WWF United States heavyweight champion, Bobo Brazil. There was a junior heavyweight champion. There is a World Martial Arts Heavyweight Championship.
No way.
Yeah, and then the WWF North American Heavyweight Championship. So, wow. Okay, fun fact. Ted DiBiase won the belt. He was awarded the belt in Allentown, Pennsylvania in 1979. Then he lost it to Pat Patterson. Pat Patterson actually lost it to Seiji Sakaguchi. So Seiji Sakaguchi is actually the final North American heavyweight champion.
Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah. And then there's a Canadian championship. And then the rest of these championships, I think, are all belts that we know. As far as the tag team titles go, we had the NWA World Tag Team Championships, which is weird. How they have an NWA World Tag Team Championship. That's confusing. There's the United States Championships that I talked about, and then the International Tag Team Championship. So yeah, there's an Intercontinental Tag Team title. Did you guys know this?
Man. That might be the one that I was thinking of. I don't know. I can't remember though. I think we talked about this.
This is in 1991. Yeah, the championship was created by WWF. They were abandoned later in July of 91 because WWF severed its ties with UWF Japan. I didn't know WWF had a relationship with UWF Japan.
That's so funny.
That's wild.
I know, man. The wild world of wrestling, dude.
But yeah, to move back to the European Championship, I liked it as a kid because I liked having like a third belt that people could fight for, third and fourth. And then, as they added like cruiserweights and light heavyweights, it gave guys more stuff to fight for. So that's why I really like the European title. I also remember X-Pac and Gangrel having a sweet ass match at Royal Rumble like 98 for the European Championship.
Yeah, yes, X-Pac. That's another one, man.
Yeah, he comes to mind as like a prominent European champion for some reason.
You're totally right.
X-Pac and D'Lo Brown had a pretty good feud for that title.
Yeah.
They traded the belt back and forth. So D'Lo Brown beat D'Lo Brown beat Triple H to get his first European championship. I did not know that. I did not remember that. And then he and X-Pac feuded for the belt. D'Lo won it from X-Pac in East Lansing.
Yeah, right. I saw Michigan on that
green.
list a couple times of where they won it at.
They
Rob
came
Van
tonight.
Dam won it in Grand Rapids, Michigan too.
Yeah.
Regal
That
in
was where the belt got
Detroit.
fired at, was at the famous Van Andel Arena.
Hurricane won in Grand Rapids as well.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. A lot
Well,
of
we
William
always
Regal won
knew
in
that
Detroit.
Michigan was a European country, right?
That's right.
Citizens of the world here.
There's a lot of like 1-day reigns on here. Well, not a lot, but at least a couple. Like Jeff Jarrett gave the belt to Mark Henry because D'Lo Brown was the what was it? The belt was deactivated. Midian won it. D'Lo Brown won it from Midian, and then D'Lo was the Eurocontinental champion. I remember that. And then Jeff
Mhm.
Jarrett beat him for both belts, and then gave Mark Henry the European title the next night on Raw. And then let's see, Jericho, he won in that weird, like the rules were at WrestleMania 2000. If
Yeah, I remember that.
you got the pin in the first fall, the triple threat match, you got the European title, and then the second fall. Oh wait, no, I got it all mixed up. First fall was Intercontinental, and then the second fall was European. Because Kurt Angle was the second Eurocontinental champion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kurt, I guess we got to put in there because that
Yeah,
was like
man.
a whole part of his shtick when he first showed up in WWE was being, I'm the Eurocontinental champion.
Yeah.
And then he would make fun of D'Lo Brown. He goes, yes, I know D'Lo Brown was also the European champion and Intercontinental champion, but he doesn't count.
Yes.
It's a cool looking belt.
Yeah, it's very cool. I wonder if there's different versions of the European title.
Yeah, I
Because
was
that-
wondering that too.
There was only one that they used. The one that they brought out in '97 was the same one that was retired by Rob Van Dam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if they had adjusted it or made any changes to it. I mean, obviously they had to probably change the WWE plate on it. So it's like
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it's slightly
As
different.
a kid, I thought it was cool how they had all the European flags on there. That was how my little brain knew which countries were in Europe because of what was on the European Championship.
Yeah, right. Once again, wrestling teaches us stuff like geography.
Yeah, I thought when they made the WWE United Kingdom Championship that it was going to be a new version of the European Championship. I thought more people would be able to fight for it.
Yeah,
But
right.
Instead, it was just the main belt for basically their WWE style version of Progress. whatever they call it.
That belt is so beautiful.
The UK belt.
Yeah.
UK.
It's the best belt around, probably.
NXT UK has the best belts, I think. Like as a whole, the best looking belts. They look fantastic.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous.
That's another little side topic, belt designs.
Yeah. I love the UK belt, and obviously the women's belt is kind of just an offshoot of that. I think it's just white. I love the NXT tag team titles. I'll pull those up because I don't know if John has ever seen them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you like the North American title?
I love it.
NXT? Yeah, that's a pretty cool
Yeah,
one.
that's a cool one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. I'm still trying to come around to the European Championship and the Intercontinental Championship, the new ones. The United States, I meant to say. Yeah, so these are their tag team titles.
Yeah, those are nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those. Yeah, the other titles I'm trying to think of in WWE that I like. Got a soft spot for the NXT Championship. I know it's not like super amazing, but something about it looks nice. Once they redesigned it from what it was before, it looked a lot more classy. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so it's the titles compared to what they were before. They all look a lot cooler.
Yeah.
The original NXT Women's Championship was very weird looking.
Yeah, right. I think that's one that I'll never get a certain image out of my head, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but every time I see it, I can't like.
That's the belt, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
That's the belt.
Oh no, that is indeed the belt. Oh my goodness.
Sorry to bring that up, but like this is what I need to talk to my therapist about.
God, that video is bizarre.
Yeah, man.
Why'd they use the belt, man?
I don't know. Well, let me tell you when all my problems started. I saw the desecration.
Why did they
of
use the belt?
Because I don't.
The same way Tim Sylvia wore the belt when he had sex and proudly talked about it as a UFC champion.
How many times has fucking Ric Flair busted a load on the NWA championship? Probably thousands of times.
Don't talk about the 9 pounds of gold like that.
9 pounds of load.
Fabulous people just fire hosed all over the women's championship and shit.
Fire hosed it though. There's probably been so much nasty shit done with the belts.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Like the Crockett Cup. You know what you could do inside that Crockett Cup, man. You could do anything with the fucking Crockett Cup.
Oh my god.
Look at that, bro. Look at that cup, man. How many, like, what kind of substances do you think have been drank and snorted out of the Crockett Cup in the 80s?
Seriously.
Holy shit, dude. Oh, pro wrestling. So many weird things have probably been done with the title belts that like.
Yeah, right. Like it's probably a good thing the digital era wasn't around back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Oh, cocaine getting snorted off the belt is probably
for sure.
Catalyst.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Traces of cocaine on each one of those NWA belts.
Or the guys in the 90s using the belts to crush up pills.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Do you think as far as like title belts go, like they're not as prominent anymore because they literally will sell you a replica and anyone in the crowd can just hold up a belt? Like back in the day, you couldn't get a fucking actual belt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the replica belts like weren't always even the real, like it wasn't even the same design.
Yeah,
it was like something totally different.
But now you can just get the same belt.
Oh yeah.
You think that kind of kills like the aura?
The belts.
Like,
well, not only that, but they like send a championship belt to every sports team that wins a championship.
Yeah, that too.
It's just they're so like marketable now, you know, compared to how it used to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of how the belts look. They all look like toys now.
Yeah.
Did you guys have this when you were a kid? The foam brown.
I didn't have that version, but I did have one. It's somewhere around here actually.
Oh, you know what? I think if you had it in the 90s, we probably both had the weird like black one.
Damn, you can still order that?
I had a winged eagle belt, the one from like '97, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was the round one.
Yep, that was like my most prized possession. I didn't do any of the shit that we just talked about with it. I held the thing to high standards.
Yeah, like this design, Lino, I know you can't see it, but this purple foam Intercontinental Championship, did anyone ever actually have this belt?
No, that shit's hard though.
No, I didn't have that one.
Didn't Lamar make you be the Intercontinental Champion?
No, I wanted to be the tag team champions because your brothers were team. He said, no, fuck that. I want to be the Intercontinental Champion. So my mom, my mom, so the belt wasn't actually mine. It was my brother's. Now that I think about this, I had a tag team title belt.
Oh,
Lamar
nice.
had an Intercontinental title belt. So yeah, I just had a random foam. Let me see if I can see what that one looks like. Foam WWF.
God, what a heel.
He used to make me be Shane Douglas too when we were little kids.
Oh man.
Yeah, the foam.
Yeah, I
WWF.
remember that one. I do remember that one.
Yeah, like I said, because no one actually had that belt. Like no teams came out with that belt.
Yeah.
Like no one had. I don't think anyone had this WWF championship belt.
Yeah, right.
Because there's Eagles on all the belts for like 10 years.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
And I'm trying to think. I had is that the one I had? That circle. Oh, well, that's the heavyweight championship. Did I have that? I can't remember. I gotta find it. I know it's around here somewhere, but I could have swore it was a weird Intercontinental. But
I feel so bad for the kids that are growing up now that have to have the current Intercontinental Championship as their toy belt and not the white strap one.
The white strap one is immaculate.
oh yeah, man. Yeah, I like that they brought that back, and
Then
I
they
don't
got
know.
rid of it.
Yeah, some things I understand trying to change and whatnot, but some things just are perfect. I don't know. I never.
If anything, if they wanted to try to make it look different, I would have just put like a black strap on it or something like that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I feel like
I'm just not a fan of the new one.
Maybe the new one wouldn't be so bad if maybe it had like a white strap or something to it.
What's the new one look like? I don't even know.
Pull it up for you. So
I'm with you, Damon. I don't like the new US.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the new US title. John, have you seen that one?
No, I don't think so. Until I see a picture of it, and then no, I haven't actually.
Yeah, it looks like a Dipset album cover.
I actually don't hate it.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying
I don't know,
to kind of coming around to it. I know a lot of people hated the old United States Championship. This one.
I was gonna say the one. Isn't that the one Cena had?
He had it at first, and then he had his own custom one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then people in the video games, I know I've been showing you guys some of the ones that I make. They've been making some of the craziest belts you'll ever see. You're like, holy shit, I wish this was a real belt.
Yeah, right.
Like some of the custom championships, man. Like I feel like a lot of the titles in WWE.
American flag belt, though.
What'd you say?
I really love that American flag U.S. title. It bums me out that they got rid of that one.
Yeah. So like, if you guys ever play the video games, there's all kinds of sweet championships that you can download. Like someone I'm showing on the screen here for the people listening is basically a Universal Championship. It's like a red belt, but it's like a combination of like the Universal Championship and like an old TV title. Like it just looks really cool.
Yeah,
that one's sweet.
That's sweet.
Yeah. And then like someone like combined the WWE United Kingdom Championship and the WWE Winged Eagle.
Wow.
Yeah, man. The people in these games, they can make some absolutely incredible championships. It's like get the people that make the belts in these games to work with the belt makers and just let them go to town and make some of these, man.
They should seriously do a contest or something. I'm surprised that they haven't yet.
Yeah, man. Some of these are so cool. I know I'm like scrolling through them really fast, but yeah, someone made the WWE Universal Grand Prix Championship.
Oh,
Like
that's
that
cool.
yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, man. I feel like the belts in WWE they don't look that cool anymore because like 6 of them are just the same belt with different colored
Yeah,
straps.
right. Yeah.
Like the Universal Championship is just a WWE Championship but blue. The Women's Championships are the same, but the plate is red or blue.
Yeah.
Tag titles have different straps. You know, I miss when the championships had like a little bit of character. Like I like when they all look different. I don't like that they look so uniform. And I know some people
Yeah.
might like that. And you know, even in UFC, everyone just has literally the same belt. But
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, right? UFC. I figured that's probably where they got their inspiration from.
I think also too, like, you know, they probably had like toys and things like that in mind. It's probably easier to just like mass produce the same thing
Oh,
with
for sure.
one design, and then we come up with the design and we own it. We don't have to worry about the belt maker, like, you know,
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing too when you have
which
to get into that.
which now I think about it is probably why those belts that we had when we were kids didn't look like an actual belt. They had to make something that looked kind of like it because they probably didn't want to have to license it or
Yeah,
pay
dude, you're
royalties
probably
to the belt maker.
100%, man. I think you hit it right on the head right there. That's more than likely the reason why.
Yeah, so I figured that might be the case. But yeah, I've been like looking more and more at championships, especially as I make my own in the games because I refuse to buy the new game. So I play 2K19 and I'm trying to refresh all the belts, and it's been really fun taking different pieces of different belts to create something new.
Yeah. TAWF was going to have its own belt for our Accidental Wrestling Federation. But unfortunately, my contact just got too busy. So when we had Paint the Canvas, he never just didn't have the time to create the draft up of the belt. But yeah, we almost had one. But never say never. There still might be another TAWF belt.
I say when WWE 2K22 comes out, I'll have to create a TAWF belt in
There
the
we go.
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit, with all this stimmy money, we got to put on another show.
That's right, man. That's right. Getting anxious.
Yeah,
Paint the Canvas too.
John's getting ready to destroy himself, taking another over the top rope bump.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm working myself up for it. Got to lose a couple lbs and take my calcium tablets so that I don't break my ribs again over and over again.
I was gonna say, oh shit, the
Hey, there we
Mexican
go.
Championship. Where'd
Yeah,
you
man.
find this at, Lino?
Balls. I was searching the belts on Google and somebody made a concept. There it is. Mexican Championship.
That looks pretty sweet.
I'm surprised they haven't done something like this already.
Yeah, it's a lot like the U.S. Championship, but it's the Mexican flag instead of the American flag.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, so thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and then there's so many belts that apparently sit in they sit in basically like a wheelbarrow at the WWE warehouse. There's just like all the belts. And there's a bunch of rare belts, like the Fabulous Moolah had a belt with her face as the center plate.
Yeah, man.
It looks like a funeral photo or something. Like something that would be up on the funeral.
It's gonna be on your headstone or whatever. Oh man.
Yeah, I get curious.
The NWA. I think the NWA Women's Title is kind of similar in that vein. Picture of the champion on it.
The 15 pounds of gold is still the GOAT belt for me.
How many pounds of gold is that belt, actually?
Probably like 2, I would assume, but I just love the aesthetics of it.
Let's see. Oh, I don't know if anyone out there knows this, but if you go to WWE.com, you can find some alternate WWE title designs.
Oh wow. I love
Yeah.
when they do this stuff, like with the costumes and whatnot, like just showing the prototypes or the ideas and releasing that's kind of the cool stuff that they do, that I'll give them credit for it, that they'll actually show this stuff.
I love that. I mean, some of these look not good. Like with the flames on the side, I get that they're just concepts, but it was just like a weird idea. Like I'm gonna put some flames on the side of the WWE.
I was gonna say that one I probably would buy at the Gibraltar Trade Center with the flames on the side of it.
Oh, I think this is for Cena's custom belt. So yeah, like 2005 or 6. Yeah, flames on the side of the WWE title would have been hot shit. I thought this was for when they redesigned it about 10 years ago or so now.
That's an interesting concept. Like I feel like one of the like Braun Strowman or something would wear that.
The flame with the Strowman Express.
With the leather like that with the eagle.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Or one of the oh my gosh, the Vikings.
This one right here that we're looking at has it's like a square. It looks like a ring, and it's got the WWE logo. I wonder if they put that logo there just because maybe those are going to be like the names of the people that have held the belt before, which I think is a cool concept.
Yeah, right. That's kind of cool.
Because the one of the versions of the IWGP Championship, they have the names on the side.
Yes.
And it's a fucking magnificent, huge belt.
Yeah, right.
I always thought that was a cool concept to have the names on the sides of the people that have held the belt. I saw something on Twitter about a week or two ago where someone said the belts basically have to either just be abnormally huge to the point where it's just like kind of distracting, or like small and sleek. There's no other way around it. Like, is this King of the Ring belt? Like, is this a legit thing?
Is that a legitimate?
Because I've seen this before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if that was actually, you know, I think the idea, the concept was there, but I don't know if that's one of those that's a legitimate one, or if that was just, hey, someone heard and made it. Because that's the thing too, man. I mean, there was a period at the time where it was basically only 2 guys that you would go to get a belt created, and now it's just like blown up. Like I said, well, the one guy that is local, he actually did the belt for Booker T's independent promotion.
Reality of Wrestling.
It's a huge belt too. Like out of all the belts, maybe everywhere, it might be the heaviest belt ever. Like it was, I forget how many pounds he told me it was, and I was like, holy crap, man. But yeah, I think there's a picture floating around on the internet with Booker T with it. But yeah, a lot of good belt makers out there now.
I was gonna say the Rated R belt that I'm showing you guys right now. Some of the listeners out there might have seen it before, but it's basically like the Intercontinental Championship is one of the designs. I think Edge came up with this himself, and this is before they brought back the white Intercontinental Championship. This is just right around when he won and cashed in the first Money in the Bank contract. And for him growing up, the Intercontinental Championship was kind of like the workhorse championship. That was like the belt that he always wanted to have. So he kind of wanted to have his belt look like that, but it ended up getting rejected. It's got a lot of red in it. Obviously, it's just a design. And then they ended up just deciding to go with the R over the John Cena belt.
Yeah.
But I would have kind of liked if Edge had his own like actual belt. I hated that the spinner belt was the belt for so long. Like guys that weren't John Cena were wrestling over the spinner belt.
Yeah.
Like CM Punk.
Yeah, man. I really, really hated that. I don't get why they went with the spinner belt for so long.
Yeah.
I would have loved for Punk to bring back the Winged Eagle belt during his reign because, I mean, he was feuding with Cena. It did make sense that he would want the spinner belt. Although he did fix it to where it didn't spin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember that was the kayfabe with it. That hey, it's in place now, so it doesn't spin anymore.
Man, I can't believe like Triple H and Jeff Hardy and Edge were all feuding over the spinner belt in the late 2000s. Like,
you remember when RVD won the ECW and the WWE Championship? He had them both at the same time, and I remember he cut a promo on ECW on Sci-Fi, and he was like, yeah, he was talking to Paul Heyman because Heyman had alluded to him dropping the WWE title. He's like, no, this is awesome. I got 2 belts. This is the most prestigious belt right here, the ECW Championship. And this other one, hey, this one spins.
Man, it's like someone was like, hey, Cena is a rapper. Rappers like spinner rims. We should give him a spinner belt. And then
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Like,
the US title spot too.
Yeah, they're like, hey, the rappers, they like the spinners. Why don't we just give them a spinners? Have you guys seen this? This is so crazy. The wheels keep spinning, but the wheels.
Vince McMahon Googling.
That's right, exactly.
Imagine Vince McMahon watching the fucking Dave Chappelle stand up. They spin it, nigga, they spin it.
Oh man.
Shout out to that Twitter guy handle.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Dude.
I wish JBL would have blown up the WWE spinner title like he did with the US spinner title.
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny.
I cannot believe that they had the spinner title like that for that long. That's mind blowing. How long do you guys remember how long they had the spinner belt like that? So Cena got it.
It would have been 2005 until The Rock won it. So 2013.
Wow, oh yeah, I was just about to say I think 2013 because I remember, when I got back into wrestling, it was still the same belt.
February 18th, 2013. The Rock unveiled the new WWE Championship. And then they even changed from that version to what we have now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That version changed quick too to what it is now.
Yeah, that didn't last long.
Yeah, it changed from that. Now we have the new logo on the belt, and it doesn't have champion anymore and like a big golden plate underneath. It's just got World Wrestling Entertainment Champion or World Heavyweight Champion underneath. Yeah. And then the Universal Championship is literally the same belt.
Universal, yeah.
Just red, and then it's got Universal Champion there. What a weird choice to just make the Universal Championship a different color from the WWE Championship, and then the strap is just the color of whatever show they're on.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's kind of weird that Roman Reigns walks around with a fucking blue belt.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Man, what a weird choice.
I wish they would go back to one being a WWE championship and the other being the big gold belt.
Big gold belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you have that belt in your possession and proceed to not use it? Or even do like an updated version of the big gold belt.
Yeah, right. I'm sure I won't be surprised if we actually get that sometime in the near future, if they'll end up just doing something like that again.
Well, Triple H is a mark for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go with the color straps, the blue and purple and yellow right there.
Yeah, with the flags on it. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Isn't the AEW Championship kind of look like that?
Kinda.
I do like the AEW belt. Yeah, the AEW belt looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That actually is pretty nice. That's better than any WWE belt right now, I would say.
Oh, by far.
Maybe the NXT UK title.
Yeah, and I want to say the IWGP title still looks nice.
Oh yeah, man.
Have they changed it?
No, it's still that, I think.
Okay, with the names on the side.
Yeah.
I love the names on the side. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, right.
But I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
like that
Coda's
idea.
trying to change it.
Is he trying to change the design of the belt as well?
I don't know.
It's a I mean, have you been watching, Kaz? Well, didn't we talk about this on the show? It's a different belt now, or
Is
not
it?
physical. It's not a different physical belt, but it's a different championship.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I watched. Didn't they switch it in the El Desperado match?
Yeah, so basically, it was El Desperado, who was the junior heavyweight champion and junior heavyweight tag team champion, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Against Kota Ibushi, who is the IWGP heavyweight and intercontinental champion, and the winner became the first IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And I know Okada cut a little promo backstage, I think after one of the New Japan Cup shows. It was just like, what the hell is wrong with Kota? Like, why is he doing that? That doesn't even sound cool. Intercontinental or World Heavyweight Champion.
I wonder how
So-
much of that is kayfabe, and if Coda actually has like some sort of heat, because I know it's different in Japan, and they take that shit a little bit more serious. Maybe not nowadays, but maybe with someone like Tanahashi. Like, does
Yeah.
Coda have so much pull right now that he can just do that?
I think he obviously is cutting these promos in kayfabe. I think this is something that New Japan said, well, we're going to try to expand in America. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship has seemingly run its course. So I think maybe for them, it would make sense to combine it and then, have the U.S. title and the Never title be, your secondary titles, because they suddenly started treating the Never Heavyweight Championship as not heavyweight, it's an openweight championship, but the Never belt, they immediately made it more important.
Yeah, for sure.
After Kota became the new world heavyweight champion. So we'll see where they go with that. I know a lot of people feel like that they should have more belts, but I think for some of the divisions, they should probably
less is better.
Yeah, like I think they should combine the tag titles. I don't think they really need to have junior tag and heavyweight tag, especially if the Young Bucks can win the heavyweight titles.
Yeah.
Then I would have no problem with Roppongi or any of the junior heavyweight teams.
But that's the thing.
Belts.
That's the thing. Even in Japan, it seems like they're trying to start to shy away from like the division aspect of the company.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to take a really long time for them to get totally away from the like junior heavyweight versus heavyweight, because look at all the guys that they had that were fantastic junior heavyweights, and they tried to push them through the heavyweight, or they never pushed them through the heavyweight. So I feel like it might, they like look at Shingo. He had to do this thing like, I'm going to gain some weight and become a heavyweight, even though he looks exactly the same. Like Will Ospreay wrestles the same, but they just had to say like he's a heavyweight now, like that sort of thing is.
Yeah, Shingo coming in as a junior heavyweight always was a head scratcher to me.
Yeah, like that's so weird. Is he's like a power lifter? That's his background, and the way he wrestles is, I mean, it's very fast paced, but I would not necessarily consider him a junior heavyweight.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. It's been over an hour that we've been recording. Anything that you guys want to say in closing before we wrap this up?
Yeah, real quick. So going back to the original topic of the European Championship here, I really enjoyed the Shane McMahon X-Pac feud for the European title going into WrestleMania 15. Thought that was really good. What pisses me off, though, is that, okay, Shane won the match and then just completely abandoned the title. Like, X-Pac didn't even win it back or anything, just abandoned it. And then Mideon won it. Well, didn't win it, but took it out of Shane's bag and became
Yeah.
European champion.
Can I have this?
Didn't Shane or someone do something similar with the United States Championship, like with Canyon?
Oh, Canyon. Booker T just like gave it to Canyon. Canyon was like, "Hey, can I have this?" And Booker T was like, "Yeah, sure. I'm the WCW champion."
Oh man.
That's my favorite thing. Is like when they're just like they just give someone a belt. It's one of the silliest things you can possibly do.
Yeah, right.
Bad Bunny just gave R-Truth the belt, the 24/7 championship on Raw. Like, here you go.
He traded the 24/7 championship for a replica Broken Skull Steve Austin belt.
Was it a broken skull or the smoking skull?
Or Smoking Skull, excuse me. The Smoking Skull and then an Austin 316 lunchbox. If nothing says your belt is like not important, that no one gives a shit about this championship, it's trading it for a fucking lunchbox.
Yeah, right.
And a stuffed animal, and a stuffed Stone Cold animal, I think.
That's
Bad Bunny's like, oh bro, I can have this. Here, take this shit. I don't want it.
Oh
Mark.
man. I feel like that's a good topic to talk about too. Just like some of the crazy merchandise that WWE has had over the years. One of our local comic
Outback
book
Jack
stores.
Boomerang.
What's that?
Outback Jack Boomerang.
One of the local comic book stores has a WWE Stone Cold porcelain baby. Oh man, it is amazing.
I want it.
It is amazing. I kind of want it. Just it's one of the weirdest. I think a few other channels or whatnot have talked about some of the weirdest merchandise, and that's definitely up there. But